Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Mr. Andika. Today our group will present about translation shift and creativity. Unfortunately, one of our member, Aida Nur Kamila, is unable to join us in our presentation today. But we still have all 90% of our group. Next. And this is our group member. My name is Nathaniel Faren. And then ya lanjutin.
My name is Raka Meda Putra Susanto.
My name is Vicky Anis.
My name is Jonathan Alvin.
Hello, my name is Irgi Patmudi Surya Putra Stianto.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Rifki Fadulman.
I'm Charissa Zaira.
My name is Putri.
My name is Riwa Yuni.
I'm Vivian.
My name is Aisa Ayu.
And I hope you enjoy our presentation.
Shift in translation. A shift of change that takes place in the process transporting source the meanings into the target language. In the translating the text from source language to the target language, a translator needs to change the structure which causes the shift of form. Cat form 1978 7030 opinions the translation shift as the difference from formal correspondence in the process of going. Type of shift translation. Cat form status that level at or rank shift means that a source language item at one linguistic level has a target language translation equivalent at the different level. He also states that something is expressed by grammar in language, but by lexical units or child vocabulary in language B. In other words, there is shift from grammar to lexis.
Translations level shift example. They are studying English. Mereka sedang belajar bahasa Inggris. Explanation. The sentence in SL of shows that the sentence is in present continuous tense. This is grammatically denoted by the use of to be followed by verb plus ing form. The grammar of present continuous tense in SL English is translated by using the word sedang in TL Indonesia. There is a level shift from grammar to word.
Category shift. Catford defined that category shift refers to some shift which share a particular features, departures from formal correspondence in translation. The category shift is divided into structure shift, class shift, until shift, and intra-system shift.
Types of shift translation. Structure shift. According to Catford, 1978, the most frequent category shift that occurs in translation is structure shift. He also defines that a structure is an arrangement of elements such as subject, predicator, object, complement, and adjunct. Structure shift is the changing of word sequence in a sentence because source language and target language have different elements of structure, but they have the same formal correspondence. For example, I take a bath as VOSP. And the second one is class shift. According to Catford, 1965-78, class shift is a shift that occurs when the translation equivalent of the SL item is a member of the class from the original item. It means that SL has different class with TL. A shift of class occurs from nouns into adjectives, verbs into adjectives, adjectives into adverbs, etc. For example, my mother cooks happily. Adverb, adjective.
Types of shift translation, unit or rank shift. According to Catford, 1965-79, unit shift is a change rank. Departures form formal correspondence in which the translation equivalent of a unit at one rank in the SL is a unit at a different rank in the TL. The translation from the SL to the TI may shift from one unit or rank into another unit or rank based on the hierarchical linguistic units. From the higher to the lower, such as sentence, clause, phrase, and word. For example, there is a clock in the dining room. Ada sebuah jam dinding di ruang makan. Next, intersystem shifts. Intersystem shifts are departures from formal correspondence where a term operating in one system in the search language has its translation equivalent a term operating in a different non-corresponding system in the target language. The shifts occur internally within a system. Example, adults need 8 hours of sleep a day. Orang dewasa memerlukan 8 jam tidur setiap hari. Explanation, adult is a plural form in English and the corresponding plural form for adults in Indonesian is by repetition, orang-orang dewasa. However, based on Indonesian language system, adult is translated into orang dewasa without the repetition of the word orang.
Reason of shift translation. There are 4 reasons why the translator needs to apply the technique of translation shift. According to Newmark, 1988-85, first, shift occurs when there are differences in the structure of source language and the target language. Second, shift occurs when there is no equivalent form or structure of source language in target language. Third, shift also occurs when literal translation of the sentence is grammatically possible, but its meaning in target language is not natural. Fourth, shifts occur to replace language, but which would be permitted by the grammatical rules of the language. The creative translation in the creative in translation. The creative translation defined is using translation and creativity to adapt text to a different language while maintaining the same essence of the text. It can involve simply changing a few words or sentences, or completely rewriting the whole text. It refers to the practice of converting content from one language into another where direct or literal translation lose the intended meaning.
Creative in translation. Creative translation, also referred to as content creation, doesn't replace the source text word for word. Instead, it focuses on using the source text as the point of reference to create a equally compelling copy in the TL. It often uses innovative expression and wording in the TL to generate the same tone and meaning as the source text. The phrase transgression derives from the combination of translation and creative, where the intended meaning of your content is priorities over direct translation. With transgression, the copywriters are given the creative freedom to adapt your original message to ensure the intended meaning comes across in the most effective way while maintaining the brand image, tone, and voice.
Types of creative translation. Creative content intentionally plays with the traditional meaning of language to enhance its impact, and this requires an equally creative approach to translation to ensure the intended meaning is captured in each target language. Two types of content require creative translation to varying degrees. There are first, content that is highly creative by nature, or novels, marketing campaign, brand, slogan, and second, content that includes intermittent pieces or of creative language, or a pollution using a metaphor in a speech or an interview, use an old expression commonly used in their native language.
Creative translation example. Social norms and cultural nuances vary by country. If you are translating business or marketing content in several countries, you will have to adapt your translation for every market. For example, the McDonald's slogan, "I'm loving it," is often directly translated in their advertising across the world, such as "Me encanta" in Spanish. But in China, people don't say love in a casual way. Opting to express the word for truly meaningful moments, the Chinese version of the slogan translates to "I just like it." These small changes make a big difference when it comes to attracting and retaining customers.
Creative translators. Creative translators master challenging techniques to produce a translation that has the same tone and meaning as the source text, considers cultural nuances, and flows nicely. The process begins by reading the source text, translating it, doing several bilingual checks, then a few monolingual edits. Translators combine multiple translation strategies, such as adaptation, compensation, and modulation, to construct a natural-sounding translation.
Collaborating with professionals. For creative translators to do their best work, it's crucial to provide them with a thorough brief and maintain a close collaboration. They'll use your marketing content translation brief as a point of reference when creating meaningful translation that resonate with your target audience. They'll offer back translation and an explanation for cultural implication to help you understand the differences between the options.
Conclusion, translation shifts and creativity are two kinds of translation that can be used to help readers understand the context of the original meaning while not losing on their own cultural context and nuances. And that is all for our presentation. I'm sorry if we have any mistakes, but I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy our presentation. Thank you.